Welcome students to your science class. Today we are going to learn about respiration. But before that we need to know why respiration is needed. Each cell of an organism performs function like nutrition, transportation, excretion, and for that they need energy. Now we know that our food stores energy. But our food which stores energy is released. That energy is released during respiration. So that means during respiration oxygen is taken, which is reacting with the food, which is known as oxidation also, releases the energy. So what is respiration? Respiration is the process of releasing energy from the breakdown of the food. Where therefore oxygen is needed, and that reaction we need to learn the reaction. We have taken the basic food glucose. Glucose along with oxygen is breaking down the food, and that in turn is making carbon dioxide, water and energy. Energy in the form of ATP, adenosine triphosphate. Now we need to learn what is breathing. Breathing is the process we use to take in oxygen and give out carbon dioxide. We know that. This taking in, intake of air reach in oxygen, which is also known as inhalation, and giving out air which is rich in carbon dioxide, which is also known as exhalation. So this sum up of inhalation and exhalation is known as breathing. So we need to know what is the basic differences between the breathing and respiration. So breathing involves inhaling of oxygen and exhaling of carbon dioxide. But respiration means when this oxygen is inhaled, went up to lungs, from there it is reaching up to each and every cells, and then breaking the glucose. That is what respiration is. So breathing happens where? In the lungs. And respiration happens where? In the cells. So breathing is a physical process. But in respiration, oxygen is combining with the food to break it down. This is a chemical reaction. We have learned also. So that is chemical process also. Now it will come to your mind that how do we breathe? So here breathing involves two steps: inhalation, taking in oxygen, and exhalation, giving out carbon dioxide. Now what will be the pathway? The pathway of the air is, first it is from the nose, nostrils, then from nostrils it's going to the nasal cavity. From nasal cavity or oral cavity, from nasal cavity it's going to the oral cavity. Many a time we breathe through mouth also, so through oral cavity can also it goes. Oral cavity, from there it's going to the larynx, from there pharynx, from there trachea, then bronchi, primary bronchi. Trachea is divided into two parts. Bronchi, we can see the picture here. Bronchi, then from bronchi it's going to the lungs. Now that bronchi is divided in many tubules. Those tubules are known as bronchioles, and those bronchioles are opening in a sac-like structure, small sac-like structure, that is alveoli. These alveoli looks like the bunch of grapes, and that bunch of grapes is making the lungs. So here we can see the structure. Now what happens when the oxygen is going in. What happens? We can see that there is a diaphragm which divides the chest cavity from the abdominal cavity. So here the chest cavity increases in size. How? The diaphragm is moving down and the ribs are moving out. So it's actually increasing the space of the chest cavity. As the space is increased, what will happen? The air will be having less pressure in the lungs now than the atmospheric pressure outside. So what happens? Diaphragm is contracting, okay, and the volume of chest cavity is increasing because ribs have moved out, okay. So as the chest cavity is increased, the pressure of the chest cavity has been lowered than the atmosphere, and so air rich in oxygen will rush into the lungs through which pathway? Nose, nasal cavity, larynx, trachea, bronchi, lungs, okay. Now from here they will go to the cell. We will come up there in the next part. Next I am coming when what happens when exhalation is there. When exhalation happens, what happens? Diaphragm moves back, ribs move back. So what happens? The chest cavity comes back to its original space. The space is reduced. So what will happen? Then the air pressure will be much more than the pressure outside, atmospheric pressure. So from the much pressure, it will go there where the pressure is lower. Now the atmospheric pressure is much lower, okay. As in exhalation, volume of chest cavity again decreases. It not decreases, it comes back to its own size actually. Then the air is forced out of the lung. Now this air contains carbon dioxide much more, okay, clear? So what? Now write down the pathway of the air while inhalation and exhalation.